Good morning, everyone. Fernando here, God's Prepared Warrior, and welcome to Thursday. We're almost to Friday. Thank the Lord for that, right? Just to give you a quick update before I get into today's topic about the weather out here. Weather came in to Texas late last night. Most of the western part of Texas has been pummeled with rain, and so we are slated for bad weather today. So the wind is blowing today. That means that the storm is on its way. I can see that with the tree that's in front of me. So we're supposed to get rain today. So hopefully we do. We need it anyway. And we'll see how the rest of the week goes and how either strong or weak the storm is. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated on that kind of stuff. But today I want to talk about the power of going gray man. I think I kind of touched a little bit on this in our live this last Monday. But today I want to talk to you about this because I think it's important for us, and I have some reasons why. So this one is, I think, is becoming more and more important as we continue to move forward, right? Because I really think it's time to go gray, man. I used to love everything, and I kind of still do. I used to love everything tactical. I used to, I had a lot of tactical bags. I still have a lot of tactical bags and, tactical patches, tactical gear just kind of hanging off the backpack, Molly everything, right? And it looks cool. I mean, trust me, I know, because I still like that look. And when I would have my equipment, it's like, I felt prepared, right? If anything, I probably looked the part, but the world has changed, and people are now more desperate, and also people are now more observant. And the last thing a wise prepper wants is to stand out as someone who has resources and that they can be taken advantage of because of those resources. So that's why now more than ever it's time to kind of just blend in, right? So why should we do this? Why is Fernando doing this? Well, number one, I think just to avoid becoming a target, right? I think in difficult times, and all you really got to do is look to social media, even sometimes just turn on your local news, right? And, you can see that these difficult times are happening. Stores are being looted. People are just being, taken advantage of off the street. Their ladies' purses are being stolen, things like that, right? We live in these difficult times, right? And flashy gear doesn't say prepared. It says I have things that you don't have. And so I think it's important to really go this way, right? When we look at gray men, we got to understand that blending in protects you. Blending in protects your family. It certainly protects your supplies, and it protects your mission, right? Preparedness plus anonymity equals safety. I think that's an important thing to kind of remember. The second thing is, gray man, while you're in gray man, you move quietly, and you're moving, you're not as loud, right? The gray man concept is really simple. It's don't draw attention. Don't give people a reason to notice you, right? That means that, you should be wearing neutral colors. whether that's your backpack, whether that's your clothing. You should have everyday non-tactical clothing. You should have a low profile equipment, and no stickers or patches, or anything like that, right? Revealing your skills or your beliefs. Acting calm in all situations is important, and just looking average in public, right? The safest warrior is the one nobody sees coming. And I think, that's an important statement, because, that means that you can move around and not really be noticed, right? Society is becoming more volatile, right? We live in a time where theft is rising, crime is rising always, constantly. And social unrests pop up, right, without warning. Just look at Mexico as an example, right? We are coming to supply shortages here and there, and that can create a desperation within people, and people are watching for prepared individuals, right? So, just kind of being low profile keeps you from, inviting unnecessary trouble. And, I think that's just important for us to kind of, move to, right? So, going gray doesn't make you, less prepared. It makes you more effective in what you're doing. It's not hiding out of fear. It's operating with wisdom is really what it is, right? Jesus himself said, be wise as serpents and innocent as doves, Matthew 10:16. The gray man is a modern expression of, that wisdom. So, stay kind. I think that's an important thing. We should be kind to people, no matter what. Even if we're trying to not disclose, that we are prepared citizens, or that, we have this stockpile of things. I think it's still important for us to stay kind. I think it's important for us to stay humble. And I think it's important to stay just unnoticed, and most of all, I think it's important to stay ready, right? Your strength is in your preparation. Your safety is in your discretion, right? So I will tell you guys today, think about that for a little bit. You don't want to advertise that you have all of these great things, because if there's if society collapses, or there's something that happens, it doesn't have to be a collapse. It doesn't have to be nuclear war. If anything happens, people can just in a panic do things that they normally just don't do. So I hope this helps you guys today to think about that. And I know that's something that I'm transitioning to myself and stuff. So, stay vigilant, guys. Stay low profile. Stay prepared. And always, just be ready for whatever is to come our way, with God in mind, right? Let's continue to pray for our families, for ourselves, and let us just continue to pray and encourage one another. All right, guys, you are God's prepared warriors, and so I hope to see you on the next video. God bless.